Welcome back, friends. In the last lecture, we explored the most common and important interview questions recruiters ask for logistics roles and what they are really trying to evaluate. Now, let us move one step further. In this particular lecture, titled Star Power Crafting Winning Answers for Logistics Interviews, I will show you how to structure your responses using the STAR method that we had discussed earlier also. And we'll walk through sample answers for a very selected set of questions in this particular field, that is logistics. I want to give you a quick refresher of what is STAR method that we had discussed earlier also. Now, the STAR method, what it stands for, first is the situation, that is S in the star. Set the context. Second is the task, that is the T in this, which is to define your responsibility. And then it is the action, that is A in star. What steps did you take? And finally, the results, that is R. What outcome did you achieve? So this is how you have to frame your answers in this particular flow. So this is the gold standard for answering behavioral as well as the competency based interview questions. Let me break it down with a sample answer. So let us look at this sample question. How do you handle unexpected shipping delays or customs issues? So how will you structure the answer using STAR method? Let's look at this sample STAR answer. First, define situation, that is S. So what do you answer? Last year, we had a shipment stuck at the Hamburg port due to unexpected customs checks during peak holiday season. So this can be one example I am giving you. You create this situation. Then you focus on the task, that is the T of STAR. So how do you focus on the task? You can speak like this, that as the logistics coordinator, I was responsible for ensuring on-time delivery to our European distributor and avoiding any penalties as per the penalty clauses in our contract. Now, you come to the action part in this answer. And how do you build this answer further? You can speak like this. For example, I immediately contacted our freight forwarder, gathered all required documentation, and engaged with a local customs broker to expedite clearance. Meanwhile, I also informed the customer about the delay and offered a revised timeline with partial air shipment as a backup. So this was the action part of the answer. And then finally, you focus on the result part of the answer. So you can speak like this as an example. So in this all incident, we avoided contract penalties, maintained client trust, and actually delivered 70% of the order ahead of the revised deadlines or the revised time schedule that I had given. The client appreciated the transparency and responsiveness from our side. So this is the kind of answer, simple answer that I wanted to give you as an example. So why this kind of answer works in these kind of questions? Because it shows leadership, communication, and the ability to manage cross-border disruptions, all essential in logistics. Everything of this type is visible in this kind of answer. Now, let us take one more example of a question that would be suitable for that is likely to be asked for mid-level to senior level candidates in such interviews. The question is like this, that can you describe a time you optimize the logistics process or reduce costs? So let us look at the sample star answer for this kind of question. You first focus on the situation, that is the S. Our company. So you can say, for example, like this, our company was spending excessively on express shipments between Southeast Asia and Europe. Then you come to the task part of the answer, that is the T. So here you can say like this, that I was tasked to analyze shipment frequency and recommend cost saving alternatives. So this was the task part of the answer. So now you focus on the action part. For example, you can speak like this, that I reviewed 6 months of shipment data, collaborated with the sales team to understand delivery patterns, and negotiated with two new freight providers for consolidated bi-weekly sea air shipments. Now you come to the last part of the answer, that is the result. So how do you focus on the result and what kind of sample answer you can give? So you can speak like this as an example. We reduced express shipping by 40% and cut freight cost by 18% over the quarter while still meeting customers' lead time expectations. So, this is how you have created this ideal answer for this kind of question. So, I'm just giving you the example. With these examples, you can create your own answers for the same question or some similar questions. You can do that. Now, final tips about framing the answers. Keep your answers specific and concise. Use metrics or outcomes when possible. Avoid vague phrases like I help. No, it didn't work. Show how you led or contributed. Practice aloud. Even better. Rehearse with AI role plays provided in this course. In the next lecture, you will be able to explore an actual AI mock interview for logistics roles and how to make the most of it in your practice. Stay confident, and I'll see you there.